Hi everyone, my name is Callum Martin and I'm the owner and lead installer at AVDC in Adelaide, South Australia. I've been in this industry for 14 years now and I'm really proud to say that next year marks 10 years since I went into my own business full-time and started the company that is now known as AVDC. The biggest challenge I've taken on in the past 12 months at AVDC is really embracing CNC machining for all of our custom work. We've purchased and set up a large machine capable of milling half a sheet of MDF at a time, and I've really jumped headfirst into the learning curve required to get the most out of that machine and turn it into a real asset for the business. It'd be really nice to think that I could sit down and methodically work through how to understand and operate the machine to its full potential. But I think we all know that's a little bit optimistic in a business which is busy, it runs full time, and we're expanding and taking on more staff. So what I've done is force myself to get my head around the CAD, CAM and CNC machine operations on a project by project basis, and it's been a really useful way to go headfirst into CNC machining. And while that was really challenging for the first few projects, really needing to shift how I thought from sort of hand fabrication to computer design instead, it's turning into such an amazing asset for the business because the accuracy, the repeatability and the reliability of the machine and the shapes that it can turn out is just unbelievable. If you think that it's a fun challenge for me rather than an arduous one, you'd be on the right track because it's been just the most fantastic year learning to make the most of large format CNC machining. Well, as for co-workers, I'm really excited to say that I have more of them. A year ago, we hired a full-time installation technician. His name is Jamie, and I've been working alongside him in the workshop ever since. I'm grateful to say that Jamie's, I guess, shown appreciation for me being a caring and compassionate co-worker, but also as a boss for not micromanaging him. And to me, I feel that's a tremendous mutual benefit for him and for me and for the business, because he's got such an incredible eye for detail and such an incredible passion for technical accuracy that there's no way I would want to look over his shoulder and hold him back. So he and I have a great working dynamic, and it's been absolutely fantastic to work with him for the past 12 months. More factory than factory continues to be my installation philosophy. And I was actually discussing this with someone at a Cars and Coffee meet recently, talking about my approach of making the most of the aesthetics and the design and the engineering of a car and building a sound system that works in with that and complements it rather than being at odds with it. And it really blew his mind because his preconception about car audio was all about auto salon and sex spec show cars with big chrome wheels and pimped out rides that had a lot more to do with showing off to people than they did about an actual enjoyable music experience. My modern view of car audio has moved on so far from that because we're so much more focused in offering real value to the owner and the driver of a car with a sound system that works with that car, a sound system that fits aesthetically, a sound system that is installed like it's an original piece of equipment, that they can properly enjoy listening to music when they drive that car. It's a completely different way of looking at car audio than perhaps those cars were 15 or 20 years ago, and it's something that I'm really excited to be a part of. CNC machining plays into that philosophy really rather well. CAD is an amazing visual problem-solving tool, and it's really allowed me to start designing installations and putting them together and making them work before we even cut a single piece of timber or screw a single amplifier down or wire anything up, which is just incredible. I always want customers to remember me for my attention to detail. It's something that really is at the core of my being, and I'm not really sure I could cut corners these days if I tried. To be honest, anticipating, planning and nailing the details is something that gives me such immense satisfaction in my day-to-day work. Now, while I'm a good problem solver in practice, coping with the things that don't always go to plan is a quality that I'm still working on, and it's something that I'm still getting help with. I take my work and my business very, very seriously, and embracing that can make it into an absolute strength, and it's something that I'm keen to keep getting better at. So people in the industry, Dean Bayet continues to be a really good positive influence on me. He's such an active networker, and he really truly believes in sharing skills, sharing information, and sharing passion and love for the industry and the people who are in it. And the further I look out in business, not only in car audio, but in businesses in general, mutual benefit is a principle that seems to work really, really well in business. The idea that sharing knowledge and ideas between businesses is a way to make everyone more skilled and improve the industry. And that's something that he's right behind. I absolutely love it. Andy Waymeyer is also an outstanding contributor to our industry. I think the thing that I've really got from him over the past 12 months or so is systems and procedures. It's something that as my team has grown and I've learned not only to be a good installer but work with other good installers as well, we've identified the ways that systems and procedures can really help us take the guesswork and the risk and the potential problems out of the work that we really love doing. And the fact is, we deserve to love what we do. We deserve to have fun doing it. And systems and procedures are a great way to take out the negative aspects, to take out the risk and the headaches and the repetitive elements of our work and allow us to enjoy it and have even more fun doing it. What a fantastic way to look at things. And Nick Apicella at Apicella Auto Sound, his business and him is someone I love comparing up to. I love looking at what he's doing in terms of the cutting edge of high-end sound systems and sound quality. And I feel he's someone who really knows what sort of business he wants, what sort of business person he wants to be, and the sort of work that he wants to be churning out for his customers. And I see him doing that consistently, and I think that's just an absolutely fantastic role model when it comes to high-end custom car sound. I believe I should be part of the top 50 installers because as time goes on, I'm convinced more and more that personal development and professional development are not only meaningful pursuits, but they're actually essential to working a job you love and have fun doing it every day. I believe that it contributes so much to the value that you have of yourself, the value that you have to contribute to your customers, and the value that you have to contribute to your industry. And I believe I've made a 10-year long investment, a decade-long investment in myself and in my business. But the more and more I use that and capitalize on that and contribute to other people who are making that investment in themselves and in their business and in their industry, it's so incredibly rewarding. It's always given so much more back to me than I've put in that I want to do that more and more. I want to contribute more to those people who are out there making that investment in this industry like I am. I just think, who wouldn't want to be a part of that? All right, let me take you for a tour of the shop. You know, I'm so proud of this place because we set up at this current location 8 years ago now, and the stuff that we put that hard work into setting up from day one has really worked so well for us and really validated the effort we put into it. So we've got the showroom and set up with all of our demo speakers. They're switched via a Bluetooth app that I've written myself. And finally, after 8 years, finally starting to show off some of our fabrication techniques in the showroom with some dressed baffles for the speakers. The CNC machine. Yes, this is our machine. Really just so excited and happy with this. We've set it up so that we can load a full sheet into it at once and machine half a sheet at the time, and we've also kept all our stock storage right underneath it. It minimizes handling, it minimizes risk. You don't want to be carrying full sheets of MDF across the workshop and potentially hitting a car or something like that. So having it stored right underneath makes a lot of sense. And our main workshop area, space to work on 2 cars comfortably. And this has gotten a little bit better organized in the past year, new toolboxes and improving how we manage our inventory of consumables and things like that. But that's something I'd like to take a little bit further. We have our fabrication room, and in fact our reliance on the fabrication room has gone down in the past year. I really wish we could fit our CNC machine in there as well, but it still serves its purpose for, particularly for working on parts that we have cut on the CNC machine. So I'd really love to thank you for your time and for the opportunity for me to submit an entry for the top 50 installers of 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video, and now I'd love to take you through some of the install work I've done over the past 12 months or so.